Preparing for your next step is what I want to talk about this morning. Preparing for your next step. Because one of the challenges I find and I hear when I talk to people is that they want to move to the next level. They know what they want to do. They know what they want to become. They believe that they can do it, but they lack the preparation. They lack the preparation to get to where they want to get to. And anything you expect in this life, you have to prepare for it. You have to prepare for what you expect. I always share this story about when I was growing up in the countryside, how we didn't have a lot of means of transportation. We had one bus, and I believe that bus was called the magnet bus. And that magnet bus used to pass one way at 6 o'clock in the morning, the other way at 6 o'clock in the evening. And you had one chance to catch that bus. Because if you didn't get the bus, you're going to find your way out. And there was probably no other option, let me call it that. Because if you didn't get the bus, you're going to have to walk because there were no taxis for you to charter. You probably had to go back home and try to go another day wherever you were going. So one of the things that I learned from that was I can't remember hearing anyone saying that they missed the bus. Because people were preparing from overnight, from beforehand, because they knew the time the bus was coming. They prepared overnight. They came and sat at the bus stop 5:30, 5:45, so that when the bus came along to the bus stop, they were ready just to step in the bus. One of the challenges I find, particularly with persons I talk to, persons who I help to coach and counsel, is that there's a lack of preparation for what they expect. So they have it all in their mind, what they want to become. Sometimes I would say to them, make sure you visualize your dreams. Have that clear idea of what it looks like, where you want to get to, what time you want to get there. Not just that, make sure you write it down. Put all elements of it in what you write down. Make sure that you keep it right there at the front of your mind, and every day you see yourself there. But that is not enough. Just writing it down, visualize it is not enough. You have to prepare for what you expect. So I love to tell this story about my own life. Because I remember I had something about people who work in the bank. I love to look at them from across the counter. They were so well dressed, well put together. They look so professional. They appear to be able to articulate everything that they were doing in such a way that made you want to be a part of that. And so when I used to look at them, I tell myself, I'm going to work in a bank. I have to work in a bank. I want to work in a bank. But I didn't just say it. I went and I wrote it down. And after writing it down, I started to prepare for what I expect. So you know what I did? I went away and I started to make applications. At one time, I made 80 applications in 1 month. Just 1 month. I made 80 applications. And back in those days, we didn't have any as a matter of fact, I didn't have a computer at that time to be typing application. They were all handwritten applications. Think about writing 80 applications in a month. Handwritten. Envelope, handwritten. Take it to the post office, mail it. But what was I doing? I was preparing for what I expect. Fast forward. I became a banker. I got to work in a bank. Few months later. It didn't take long because I was fully prepared. I was reading up on what they do in the bank. I was passing by the bank and stopping in there and looking at the people, just watching them. And I was literally visualizing myself working in the bank, and not just visualizing, preparing to work in there. So make sure that you are preparing for every single thing that you expect in life. One of the other things I say, read, read, read. There's a lot of self-help books out there on the market. Find them, read them. If you want to stay in corporate, if you want to work in organizations that require you to do an interview, make sure that you have someone that you can practice an interview with. If you have a mirror in your home, stand before the mirror and speak and answer the questions. Tape yourself, listen it over and over. Make sure you prepare for what you're expecting. Have some friendship in your life, some people who can give you positive feedback, who can tell you when you go wrong and who can tell you when you go right. The other final word I'm going to say, everybody who expects to get somewhere in life needs a mentor or a coach. If you intend to get to a place in your life, you will prevent yourself from going through the many pitfalls that persons like me back then, I didn't even know about any mentor or any coach or things like those. I did not know. And so I went through so many pitfalls. Rise, go down, rise, go down, rise, kept fighting. Not everyone is going to have my level of resilience, my level of perseverance, my level of persistence to keep going and keep fighting. So I say to you, a coach or a mentor is of significant value to you. And don't start to think about, well, where am I going to get the money to invest in a coach or in a mentor? Let me tell you something. You are doing so many things that you can cut back on. And I'm telling you the truth. I'm here to tell you the truth. That extra cup of coffee, that extra hamburger, that extra this, you can invest in your own life if you want to get to a place. These are aspects of preparation that you are doing to make sure that you get to where you want to get to in life. So I just really wanted this morning to talk about how important preparation is for the next step of your life. Wherever you want to get to, whatever you visualize, wherever you see yourself, make sure that you are preparing for what you expect. Make sure that you're preparing for what you expect. Once again, it's Dr. J saying, you want good, because the rest of your life is the best of your life.